Hello there, and welcome to Writer's Corner. I'm 17-year-old writer Noah Barfield, author of that amazing action fantasy novel Legendland. Today we're going to talk about having writer friends. Now, I socialize on a pretty regular basis, I guess, but I realize, and I think most writers will realize this at some point or another, that your non-writing friends just don't oftentimes get it. And by it, I mean being a writer. And it's not their fault, probably. But what happens when they don't? Whenever you're wanting to express your feelings, how you stay up late at night all the time, constantly drinking coffee, and it's starting to have an effect on you, but you just can't for some reason finish this one chapter and you don't know why, and you try and tell them that. They probably think to themselves, and might even say out loud, why don't you just finish the chapter? You give them this look, this death stare. What do you mean, why don't I just finish the chapter? What do you mean, why don't I just finish it? If it was that easy, if I could just finish it, I would. Don't you think I would do that if I could? But it's not that easy. You don't even understand. And they don't. Now you've lost a friend. How do you keep yourself from saying things like that, exploding on people, and having non-writer friends and family no longer have the desire to talk to you or even admit your existence? You find writer friends. How do you find writer friends? Aren't we non-social creatures? Don't we not go out of the house as long as we can? Yes, we stay at home. We like to dress in comfy clothes and not leave our house, because now you can have groceries shipped to you, so why do you even need to leave anyway? Your 17 cats and your computer are all you really need, plus ramen. Ramen. But sometimes we realize that while we're talking to ourselves in the mirror, telling ourselves how fantastic we look, besides not having bathed for 3 days, it might be a good idea to have a breath of fresh air and talk to people. But talking to non-writer people just can get exasperating sometimes. So, using the internet to find writer people and writing groups is great. I mean, if you're a teenager, teeninc.com is a good one. They have forums for writing or just teen stuff in general, I guess. Forums kind of scare me, but they can be of great assistance in finding fellow writers to express your emotions to, because they will understand. They will understand your exuberance at having finished this short story that is in no way as important as the sequel to your much acclaimed debut novel, but is still, for no discernible reason, of incredible import to you and only you. Or they will get the angst over not finishing this one sentence, and you just don't know why it's being so difficult, but it's messing up the entire story flow. They will understand that. I still use Facebook. So I use Facebook groups to find writing groups, and I have a few teen ones that are great to have people your age to be able to talk to and rant about. Having just writing groups in general with writers of all ages is great because you have this broad spectrum of experience, not only in life, but also in writing in general. Fanfiction.net is a great one to find fanfiction writers. Meetup.com allows you to find writing groups for physically, and I know it sounds like a dating site, but it's not. It just allows you to find groups of people in your area, because eventually, sometimes the internet, sometimes this great vast interweb of ours, might not meet all the social requirements of actual, physical contact with other writers. And I'm not saying that you're going to want to go up and just hug them and be so happy that you finally found someone who understands, but you might, especially if you've been without human interaction for several weeks, like most of us writer folk. So, using things like meetup.com, or even just typing in, insert your area here, writing groups. Being able to do that is great. Taking a writing class will probably help you find other writer people. If you're a beginner one, it's great. If you're a experienced writer trying to find other writers, being able to coach and talk with beginning writers has its own value, and there's probably at least one other writer person that's either has the same intentions as you are or trying to show off. But this brings me to a certain unsavory aspect that I don't like to talk about, because I've had good experience in finding writer friends. But there are writer people that are kind of downers, that look down up, and this is true with any person, but you have unsavory writer characters who are going to either be jealous of your obvious talent and skill, or are just going to be incredibly critical because they think they're the best writer in the entire world. Obviously, that's not true because you are, but they might look down on that. So you need to find writer people that are supportive, writers that are going to not only understand but do their best to build you up. Now, you're never going to be sure, but by and large, we've had at least one critic, and by we I mean writers in general, we've had at least one critic that has just decided to tear down our stuff. It doesn't feel good. So most of us know what it's like, and we'll do our best not to be those people. So finding these writing groups is not difficult, and if all else fails, go to your library, because I know it's difficult to even fathom that us writers, these people who write books, enjoy books. I know that's difficult to even understand, but we do. We like books. We like to read them, we like to write them, and we like to cuddle with them and call them precious and be generally creepy with them, but it's not creepy, I swear. So, go to your local library, because chances are you'll probably find at least one writer scanning the shelves, or at least find readers who want to be writers. Your local library might even have writing groups available that meet on certain days. I found several writing groups or teen reading craft groups. Was able to find writers in my library and at every library I've been to, basically. Maybe I've just had good luck, and maybe everyone I talked to has just had extremely good fortune with that. But I encourage you to find other fellow writers, because having writing friends is a great ability. It's a great resource, because not only do you have a fellow writer experience, but you have someone who, or some people, who aren't going to heavily critically judge you as long as you're a nice contributing member of the community. So I hope that this has kind of expressed the importance of having at least one writer friend and giving you some ideas to find how to find those people. Now, you can always contact me with great ways to find other writers out there and other writing groups or ones that you particularly enjoy. You can leave a comment. I'm on Facebook and Twitter, or you can visit my official website, arc-storm.com. There's a hyphen between arc and storm. Or you can just subscribe and keep up to date, or do both. I recommend that option. So don't forget to subscribe, let me know, thank you for watching, and continue to enjoy.